Bernie Sanders demands that RFK Jr. step down as health secretary. Vermont senator says Kennedy is endangering the health of the American people as head of the U.S. Health Department. Bernie Sanders has joined in on growing public calls for Donald Trump's health secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., to resign, after recent chaos across U.S. health agencies. In an op-ed published in the New York Times on Saturday, the Vermont senator accused Kennedy of endangering the health of the American people now and into the future, adding, he must resign. Mr. Kennedy and the rest of the Trump administration tell us, over and over, that they want to make America healthy again. That's a great slogan. I agree with it. The problem is that since coming into office President Trump and Mr. Kennedy have done exactly the opposite, Sanders wrote. Sanders pointed to the White House's firing of Susan Monarez, the director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, as well as 4 other top CDC officials who resigned in protest this week after Monarez refused to act as a rubber stamp for Kennedy's dangerous policies. Despite the overwhelming opposition of the medical community, Secretary Kennedy has continued his long-standing crusade against vaccines and his advocacy of conspiracy theories that have been rejected repeatedly by scientific experts, Sanders wrote. Against the overwhelming body of evidence within medicine and science, what are Secretary Kennedy's views? He has absurdly claimed that, there's no vaccine that is safe and effective. Who supports Secretary Kennedy's views? Not credible scientists and doctors. One of his leading experts, that he cites to back up his bogus claims on autism and vaccines had his medical license revoked and his study retracted from the medical journal that published it. Sanders went on, the reality is that Secretary Kennedy has profited from and built a career on sowing mistrust in vaccines. Now, as head of the Department of Health and Human Services, he is using his authority to launch a full-blown war on science, on public health and on truth itself. Pointing to what he described as our broken healthcare system, Sanders said that Kennedy's repeated attacks against science and vaccines will make it more difficult for Americans to obtain life-saving vaccines. Already, the Trump administration has effectively taken away COVID vaccines from many healthy younger adults and kids, unless they fight their way through our broken healthcare system. This means more doctors' visits, more bureaucracy and more people paying higher out-of-pocket costs, if they can manage to get a vaccine at all, he wrote. The senator warned that Kennedy's next target may be the childhood immunization schedule, which involves a list of recommended vaccines for children to protect them from diseases including measles, chickenpox and polio.